Ladies, nobody told you to go to college, take excessive amount of loans for student loan debt, take excessive amount of college debt, consumer debt, living expenses debt when you're out away from home, living in the college dorms or on your own. Nobody told you to go out and shake your booty and sleep with 10, 20, 30 different guys a year, within 2 years, within 3 years, however long it takes, right? Nobody told you to go out there and get a 9-to-5 job after you get out of college. Nobody told you that you have to have a college degree. Nobody told you that you have to have a part-time job while you're in college to pay the side expenses, your drinks, Thursday night, dollar beer drinks. Then you got your gas money in your Nissan Altima. Then you got your shopping money, right? Nobody told you to go out and work extra while you're in school. Do you know what all of these things do to you? It gives you stress after stress after stress. It rises your cortisol levels, rises your estrogen levels. And cortisol and estrogens are two big chemicals that's directly related to cancer. Women are the number one gender when it comes to having cancer. And besides genetics, stress is one of the biggest reasons of why people have cancer. Now, nobody also told you to either go be a housewife or a hoe. You see, what we have today nowadays is freedom in the West. And freedom comes with choices and responsibilities. And each and every single choice that you make every single day, and it doesn't have to be a big choice that you make. It could be as little as you eating breakfast at 9 o'clock instead of 10 o'clock. Every single choice that you make in your life has a pro and a con, has consequences, has ups and downs. Nobody told you to do X, Y, and Z in your life. You chose to do those things. Now, you failed to know what comes with those choices, the consequences that come with them. You are only shown the positives of the choices that you're making that you have already made. And yes, part of it is not your fault, and part of it is your fault. Do you know why part of it is your fault? Because you're a grown-ass woman at 20 or 18 or 19 or even 21-year-old, and I know some of you guys are going to come in here and say that, oh, you're not an adult just because you turn 18. Yes, that's absolutely true. You are still a little kid in the head. Just because you're 18 doesn't mean anything. But you also have the internet in the palm of your hands. You also know how to research certain things. But instead, you spend your time and energy and money and your motivation and your willpower researching what kind of makeup to put on, what kind of dress to put on to go out, and what kind of different places that will give you the most amount of attention from guys. What kind of poses to make, what kind of lighting to take pictures under, what kind of cleavage to show, or how much of cleavage to show. What kind of clothes are going to make your outline of your body look better, make your titties perk more. That's what you spend all your time and resources on, and your energy on. You don't research on what kind of food you should be eating to stay healthy in the long run. You don't research on what kind of alcohol even does what to your body. Not all alcohol, or let me rephrase that, what kind of drinks. Not all drinks are going to have the same exact effect in your body. You don't research anything that's going to affect you in the long run. You're here for the short-term gains. So, you also don't research the pros and cons of being a housewife. The only thing that you hear about being a housewife is bad. Why? Because your great-grandma or your grandma was abused by your grandfather. That's what you were told in your school, in your textbooks, in the media. Now, here's my question to you. They spent, your grandparents and your great-grandparents, well, you probably don't even know who, or you've probably never even seen your great-grandparents, but your grandparents spent 2/3 of their life when you were not even born. So how can you possibly sit here and tell me that's what your grandma went through, or that's what their lives were like? Just because we try to portray this 1960s, 1950s relationship here and there, that, oh, men used to be chivalrous, men used to respect women, that doesn't mean that you're showing all aspects of those relationships. Doesn't mean you're showing all sides or all the things that come with those relationships. Just like how I said earlier in the video, Those relationships were a series of choices, and every single choice has a pro and a con. So you're not being transparent. You're being selective. You're selectively selecting the truth. Selectively selecting the truth. Yeah, that's exactly what you are doing right now. Sure, men used to be chivalrous, but there were much more things, or many more things that women did that gave men an incentive to be chivalrous that modern women don't do at all. So that's what you're heard and told, right? And I know that women are group-minded individuals. Whatever you see is happening in the social media and the mainstream media is what you're going to end up doing, because you're influenced by society at large. You're not influenced by your own thoughts. You don't have your own set of thoughts. You cannot think for your own damn self. And that's why your default mode is destruction, self-destruction, more importantly. Why? Because now that you don't have the father figure in your family, now that media is pressuring you to be a slut and not a housewife, look what's happening to you. You're thinking you're living the best life, but then you turn around and complain that where have all the good men gone? Complain that you can't find a guy who treats you with respect. You don't even have respect for your own damn self. How can you possibly respect somebody who eats like shit, who drinks all the damn time, and jumps from one cock to the next cock? How is that self-respect? Answer that question to me first before we move on. But since we're here, let's move on. So after all that, being said all that, here's the other side of the story, the eastern side of the world. If those women could swap lives with you right now, they would do it in a heartbeat. Do you know why? Because people there and women there are dying from not having enough food. Women are getting beheaded. Their heads getting chopped off because they showed their forehead skin, because they showed their arm skin. And you still complain about the wage gap here in the West. You still complain about being in a patriarchy in the West. When all the divorce laws are against men, when if I get into an argument with a woman and she hits me first, and if I hit her back second, I'm still gonna get arrested and put into jail while she gets to walk free. Doesn't matter what happened. Doesn't matter even if I record it in video. I'm still gonna go into jail, and she's gonna be set free, or she's not gonna have as much penalty as I did. They're not gonna look at me and say that, oh no, this was not a case of self-defense because he's stronger, he's a man, he can defend himself without having to hit her. But I thought we're supposed to be equal in 2021, right? I'm only 23 years old. You can't argue me about any of these points I made. Why? Because I've been on the eastern side of the world. That's why I was born and raised, and now I'm on the west. So I have seen with my own eyes, not from hearing stories, not from hearing from other people, but with my own eyes, what people in the whole world goes through. So why would I help you when you're in trouble in the West? Because all these decisions and choices that you made in your life, putting your own damn self in the struggle bus by taking all this student loan debt, by taking all this consumer debt upon you, by taking all these cocks in your vaginal odometer. Why do I say odometer? Because guys understand cars more than anything else. We understand cars, and that's why I have to give that odometer reference. By taking all these baggage, emotional baggage. Why? Because after going through countless and meaningless amount of sex, you do come across one or two guys who you become emotionally attached to. And then when that guy dumps you, why? Because those guys that you become emotionally attached to are toxic, quote unquote toxic. Why do I put air quotes? Because that's what media likes to call them toxic. They're not really toxic. They just have a backbone to stand up for themselves. And apparently that's bad nowadays into 2021. Women can stand up for yourselves, but we men can't do the same thing for ourselves. But I thought we were supposed to be equal. See, feminism was never about equality. It was always about giving women the upper hand, changing it from a patriarchy to a matriarchy. You guys complain about a patriarchy, so what's the solution? Matriarchy, right? According to you. So how is that equal balance of power? It's not. It's right in front of you, but you choose not to see it. Why? Because you don't give a shit to see it. You don't give a shit about it. Why? Because it benefits you. You get the best of the both worlds. Anyways, that's a different conversation. So you're taking, and as I was saying, those guys, after they dump you, you become scarred mentally, emotionally, psychologically. You have trust issues. your trust issues, your walls are so thick that you can't even break through a goddamn bulldozer. And you don't think that's doing any kind of psychological damage to you? Of course it is. So nobody's telling, and what comes with all that? Stress, heartbreak, heartache. And also I know that part of you also loves, part of you guys also, or part of each and every single one of you, woman who's watching this, also love that heartache at some degree, at some point. Because not only that misery loves company, but also now you get to post about it on social media and get even more attention. So all this stress that you're taking upon your own damn self, all this baggage that you're taking upon your own damn self, it's nothing but based on your own series of choices. Eastern women don't even have those choices. And this is not just about women. This is about guys too, who like to sit there, and even on my comment section, some of my own subscribers, you guys come in here and say that, oh, Zeke, I don't understand women. How can you possibly treat women like shit? And they keep coming back to you. I have a shitty life. I'm so depressed. Okay, bro, who gives a fuck? Okay, here. I'm gonna be the first one to tell you that I don't care about your life as much as I care about my own life. I care about your life enough to come in here on a day-to-day basis and make these videos for free. So yeah, I am doing a little bit more than your average guy would, who's in my boat. I don't have any incentive to make these videos. I do it to help you guys. I genuinely care about you guys, but still I don't care about you as much as I care about myself first. Every single one of us is selfish at some degree, at some extent. You have to think about yourself first. So you coming in here on my comment section, sending me DMs, sending me emails, sending other content creators DMs and emails is not going to solve your problem, right? How is it? That's just idiotic. Even guys, right? How is it change? Like, I understand women, them making a video or commenting about it and posting gives them attention from more guys. But as guys, if you do that same thing, women ain't gonna give you attention. They're gonna look at you like you're a loser. And they're gonna look the other way, my way. They're gonna look Daddy Zeke's way. So how is that even helping you as a guy? Yes, I know it sucks. Yes, I know that it's gonna get harder. It's gonna suck even more from now on. But what are you gonna do about it? You can't go back and undo what your daddy did and make your mama swallow you, because that would have been the best option, right? That you wouldn't have even been born. But you can't do that, right? If we could go back in time, oh man, we wouldn't have these problems. I promise you, right now, we would not have these problems with women if we could go back in time. So it's not just about women, it's about women, men, everyone who's in this sorrow mentality and think that they have the shittiest lifestyle, shittiest luck, when people out there in the same world that you and I live in are dying because they owe money to someone, because they can't afford food. Where I'm from, I saw people literally get shot in the head because they owed money to someone. They had their whole body chopped in pieces and thrown out in the river in front of their own damn kids because they owed money to someone. That's where I'm from. Oh, you think the projects here in the United States is bad? Where I'm from, the projects here look like rich people. Just to give you a perspective. All of this nonsense y'all bitch moan and complain about, it's nothing but first world problems. That's all this is. I have been through so much bullshit in my life that none of you know about, by the way. And I keep all of it to myself. I never even shared it to my own family, man. And this, talking about speaking of family, right? This brings me to my other point. Some of you guys have mothers, aunts, sisters, cousins, and they're in a bad situation. They're in a struggle bus, and they're in the western side of the world. Are you out of your fucking mind? Ladies, all you had to do if you're living in the West is find a good man. Oh my God, your skin crawls when you hear those words, don't it? Oh yeah, I know it does. How can you possibly say that, Zeke? I'm gonna be oppressed, I'm gonna be slave, because I'm gonna be doing housework all damn day long while he goes to go out and enjoy his life and have fun. Do you really think that's what he's doing when he goes out? Really? You think making 70, 80, 90 grand a year is that easy? You just sit on your ass and paper just comes in your bank account? The more money you have, the more stress you have, the more bullshit you gotta go through. We all know this. Well, ladies might not. Shocking news, right? So when he's going out, he's not actually, you are in way more comfort than he is when he's going out. He's not having fun. He's not partying it up. And he has an incentive to come home and give you his love if you reciprocate the same energy. Perspicuous men are not easy to come by, but they do exist, ladies. But those are not the men I'm telling you to go after. You yourself is an average woman. So yeah, okay, sure, you can hit up a celebrity or some hot guy on Instagram and he comes and bangs you out. Happens one time, happens 2 times, happens 7 times, happens 8 times, and you still can't wake up to the fact that these guys are not going to settle with you. Maybe it's not because of the guys. Maybe it's because of you, right? Because you are the common denominator here in every single situation. So maybe you should look in your own damn self. What are you lacking? And or what should you deserve? Because you guys love to use that word deserve, right? If you think you deserve something, then you got to look at yourself and know your own worth, your own value first. If you're a 6 at best, you're not going to deserve a 9 or a 10 or an 8 as a guy. 8 of a guy. If you're a 6 as a woman, you're not going to deserve an 8 of a man. It's just not going to happen. He's going to come in, bang you out, and leave. That's it, every single damn time. But you refuse not to look at the facts. You refuse to come into the reality. You love to live in this fantasy world. Keep telling yourself that, oh, it will happen. One day it will happen. One day I'm destined to find that right man for me. How? Oh, God told me so. Oh, really? God told you so? When? Show me that recording. Show me that. Show me that video. Show me that interaction you had with God. Did he email to you? Did he send you a text message? 1-800 stop being a hoe? Did that number come? Did that number pop up in your phone? Is that what happened? Record that conversation. Show it to me. Did he like your Instagram picture? Did he DM you on IG? Where did God tell you that? He told you that in church because you were sucking dick on Saturday nights and you went to church Sunday mornings and got on your knees again for the 7th time this week, but this time for a little bit different reason, to ask for forgiveness for your mistakes. And you think it's just supposed to work like that every single week you're gonna repeat this same bullshit, or every single month, or every 6 months, or every 3 months, or every year you're gonna repeat the same bullshit, and then you're gonna go to church and ask for forgiveness, and God's gonna talk to you and tell you that, oh yeah, baby, you deserve the best. Don't settle for anything less. Really, is that how it works? I'm still waiting for that phone call. It's been what? My whole life. Just check my clock. Yeah, I'm still waiting for that phone call from God. Yeah, God told you so, right? Okay. Let me know how that turns out. And on top of that, you got all these videos of women on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and all other social media coming out and telling you how feminism had lied to them, how they've been sold a lie, and you guys still refuse to accept the truth. As I said, every single choice has a pro and a con. You're going to pay. Your time is coming. It will catch up to you. As a guy, you keep complaining, you keep bitching, you keep moaning, it's gonna get worse. It's not gonna get better. And I'm gonna make another video talking about what does it really look like, or what do we really mean when we said that you have to be better than yourself the day before. Because a lot of you think that this is some abstract, arbitrary, mental masturbation type of bullshit that we try to feed you. No. This is actually real. This is actually a measurable process. And I'm going to talk about that on another video for my guys here. But ladies, that's it really. And I'll be damned if you told me that you cannot find that guy. In this era of social media, dating apps, and the ability to fly and go to wherever the fuck you want in this world, I'll be damned. If you have an Instagram page and have only 1,000 followers on there as a girl, which is not hard to get at all, you can find pretty much any good guy anywhere in this world. If you're young, from 18 to 24, and you look decent, at least a 6 even. And ladies, same thing goes for you to improve your looks. That I tell my men, right? You can never do anything about how your face is looking, right? This is how you're born. But you can always do a whole bunch of shit about how your body looks. As a man and as a woman. You can do a whole bunch of shit about how your skin looks. No, that doesn't mean to go out and put pounds and pounds of clown paint on your face that you like to call makeup and cake it all up. No, that means wash your face daily, exfoliate your skin, put your water cream or moisturizer cream, whatever the fuck you guys like to put sunscreen if you're going out, because sun out here does 90% of the damage of your skin. So sunscreen is vital. And I don't need to teach you guys to work on your fashion. You guys already know that. And work on your body. Go to the gym. You don't have to do a whole body workout, because men, we do not give a shit about your how much upper body muscle you have, how many blocks of abs you have. Men don't give a shit about that. And to be honest, ladies, to be actually healthy, this goes for guys and gals. To be actually healthy, all you need to do is all you need to work is your legs and your glutes. Your whole body, to be healthy for your whole body, all you need to do is squats and deadlifts and lunges. That's it. This is going to trigger your central nervous system. This is going to trigger pretty much your whole body. This is going to hit your heart the most. And you gotta do your cardio, obviously. Hit cardio every now and then. That's all. The reason why I work upper body is because I want to look good. I want to be proportionate everywhere. And for a man to look good, he has to have upper body muscle to be attractive to the other opposite sex. For a woman, no, she doesn't. She's got to have a fat ass. That's it. We don't even give a shit if you have A-cup titties or mosquito bites, as long as you have a nice butt. That's how easy it is for you guys. And with all these choices, with all this freedom that you guys have, I already mentioned that you have way more freedom than women in the East could ever even dream of. They could even ever dream of, right? With all this freedom that you guys have here, you chose the hard way. You choose the hard way every single day, in every single aspect of your life. And that is exactly why I do not have any sympathy for you women. Because you brought this upon your own damn self. As I was saying, your sister, your mother, your cousins, your family members who are women have done the exact same thing. Why? Because they're a woman first before they became your mother. They were a woman first before they became your sister. They were a woman first before they became your cousins. You have the most valuable treasure in between your legs, which is your vagina. Because any man would do, not any man, I don't give a shit about that. You guys already know that. Most men would go above and beyond and simp for it and do unimaginable things just to get a sniff of it. And instead of using that, not just for the short term, not just for the short-term benefits and the short-term gains, but also for your lifetime, you choose to struggle. It's up to you how you want to distribute your happiness, your good time. Do you want to have it all up when you're in your 20s? Or do you want to have it till the day you die, when you're 60, 50, still going to Bahamas, going to this trip, that trip with your man? Why? Because you helped, or not, you didn't really help, or he was building and you were there with him. So now you're in his team, and now he's taking care of you. You invested into him with your body, with your mind, with your time, and he's pouring everything into you. Long-term investments. We always talk about that in real estate and stocks and every other investments, but we don't like to talk about it when it comes to our relationships. Relationships make or break a person. I promise you. I wanted to, just like every other video, I wanted to keep this video short too, but 24 minutes in, right? I already know y'all not gonna watch the whole damn thing. Why? Because you don't give a shit about learning. Oh, he's a misogynist. we need to cancel him. You can cancel me all damn day long. You're not going to cancel men's biology, though. Our biology is still going to keep telling us not to date a slut, not to cuff up a slut. And no, you're not single because it's your choice. You're single because you are not chosen. Why? Because we men approach you. We get down on our knees to propose to you. You don't do that to us. So we choose who we want in our lives. You just sit there and say yes or no. Follow me on Instagram at Zeekpeak. Like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, stay blessed, stay beautiful, and above all, stay classy.